Are you strong enough for real life? The kind of strength that allows you to live life on your terms without limits? Well, today we're going to find out. We've got 3 essential independence tests. Hey, it's Ollie and Jack from Be Mobile Physio, and we are your dedicated guides to strength and fitness for those 55 and beyond.
Now, for us, independence is not just a word. It's that ability to get up each and every day and do what you want, when you want, without having to rely on others. But we see it all the time, that fear of not being able to get up off the ground after a fall, or maybe struggling to get out of that low chair.
As physios working exclusively with adults over 55, we know these challenges intimately. So today, we're going to put those everyday movements to the test. These aren't just random exercises. These are 3 core functional movements that we've identified as problem areas with years of experience and feedback from our members all over the world.
And here's the plan. We'll show you each test, how to assess yourself, and really importantly, if you're struggling, we'll show you the exact first steps you can take to master them over time. You ready to challenge yourself? Let's jump in.
First up, a fundamental movement that you perform countless times a day, getting up from the chair or a toilet. It seems simple, but it's a powerhouse indicator of your leg strength and your balance. So, can you stand up from a chair without using your hands like this? Now, can you do that 10 times smoothly and confidently? So, how did you go? So if you found that test tricky or you just want to build on your leg strength, here are some variations to try. If it was too hard, you can make it easier by adding a cushion, which elevates you and reduces the range of motion that you have to go through. Or you could even just do the chair test as the exercise itself. But if it was too easy and you really want to challenge yourself, try a lower chair, or perhaps you can put a step under your feet, and that's going to make it a lot harder. You could also make it harder by adding some weight in the form of a hand weight like this dumbbell, or even a backpack that you filled with some heavy books. And here's a key physio tip I want you to think about. It's nose over toes. So whenever you stand up, bring your nose forward over your toes and then stand up. That's going to make it a little bit easier. So whichever variation you choose, aim for 3 sets of 8 to 15 challenging repetitions. And by that, I mean, you can only do a few more repetitions at the end of your set. Now, that's how you go getting up from a chair, but how do you go with
The step-up test? Do you find yourself getting breathless or having to hold onto a handrail when you're walking upstairs around your community or perhaps at home? Well, this test will reveal your capability. So I want you to find a step like I've got here, or perhaps one around your house or community. Put simply, can you step up just like that without having to hold on to a handrail? That might be easy. Can you do that 10 times on each side, just like this? So how did you go doing the test? Did you ace it, or were you struggling a bit? Either way, here's how to integrate it into your routine. Find a step just like you use for the test. The easiest level is going to be starting with some hand support. It could be a handrail, a bench, or perhaps a chair like this. I'm going to keep one leg up the whole time I'm doing this exercise for this side, coming up, and then slowly and controlled lower back down. Okay, that's going to work this leg a little bit harder as I slowly lower it. If you want to make that harder, you can of course not use support, so you are working a little bit more on your balance. You could also use a higher step. Okay, that's a great opportunity to increase the challenge. And then of course you can add weight. I really think adding a backpack, chucking that on, is a great way to do it as you perform this exercise. And of course you can use handheld weights as well. So that is the step up and how to integrate it into your routine. But what is our third independence test? We have saved the best and perhaps the most critical for last.
the floor to stand test? Can you get up from the ground after you've been playing with your grandkids or perhaps after a fall? Well, let's test that right now. For this one, you're simply going to lie down on your back and see if you can get up without using any furniture or assistance from someone else. And if you can do that smoothly, that's a great indicator of your independence. But if you had trouble with it, or you needed to go over and find a chair to push up with, well, this is a key one that we need to work on. So let's show you how to master it. Let's start nice and easy with a knee to standing get up. I like to use a cushion for this one. place it down next to a chair. We're going to use the chair for a bit of support as we go down onto both knees and then reverse it. We're going to go up with one foot and then press up into that standing position. Now, this is a really good one to start with if you aren't confident with your ability to get down on the floor like we did in the test. Okay, so if you can master that one relatively easy, get rid of the cushion, and we can use the chair to help us get down onto the floor, all the way down onto your back if you can. And then we're going to use that chair again to help us get up, which is often the most challenging part of that movement. But if you want to progress even further, you can get rid of the chair, do like we did in the test. And now, if you're feeling confident, you can actually remove one of your arms. So I'm going to place one arm across my chest and stand up using just one arm for an extra challenge. Now, if you want to really push yourself, you can actually do it without any hands at all, and see if you can go all the way down and all the way back up. You have to get into some pretty tricky positions, but it's a good one to try. So I want you to do 3 sets of 30 to 60 seconds with any of those variations, but pick one that's comfortable for you. So how did you go with those 3 independence tests? Be honest with yourself, because remember, these aren't just random exercises. These are key markers of your independence in your everyday life.
And what we want you to do is practice these over time so that you're able to master them and be more confident in all of your daily tasks.
Now, if you're inspired to do a bit more and start building on your overall strength, make sure you check out our completely free strength workout over at Be Mobile.
There's a link in the description.
It's the perfect next step. As physios working exclusively... That's a good blooper. That was quite good. Exclusively... As physios working exclusively with those over 55. As physios working exclusively with those over 55. We know these challenges.
Yeah, that was good.